Course. I must say...
I will wait in the place of your strength. Say, I don't suppose you've seen any mysterious old buildings in the mountains lately, have you? Ah, that's the one. I'm a gift bearer. My job is to gather tokens of things people want forgotten and surrender them to the Lady of Lament. Best place to do that is the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Well, you throw some things into the sea and maybe they wash up on shore one day. But you want something really good and forgotten, you take it to the Abbey. Anything that represents a moment or a memory someone wishes to leave behind. Well, love notes, awkward family heirlooms, bad poetry, the kinds of things you want to forget. The Abbey's all about forgetting. Wouldn't be much forgetting if I told you about it, would there? I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and the ones that have, no one knows where it is. So I'm trying to think of this as an extended holiday in a remote mining village that smells like fish. Yeah, and you'll point the way in exchange for a stack of gold. Nice try. Andra's salty bed. You're serious. Why don't I come with you? I'm handy in a fight. And if you're going to Andra's most secret temple, you could use a gift bearer at your side. You won't regret it. I've got a lovely singing voice. And the company's welcome. Tell me.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
So, you said the eyeless came from the Abbey. I'd heard rumors of the eyeless, but I always thought that name was a metaphor. Though I would have called them Mace Hands of Doom, if anyone had asked me. So, this is the mysterious army you've been dreaming about, huh? It's a wonder you're getting any sleep. I'm regretting all of my decision-making up to this point. Still, I guess a suicidal plan is better than none. Yeah, well, there's something I remember happened while she screamed. It felt like I took only it was more vivid. I asked anyway. Since then, happened while she screamed. It felt like I took only it was more vivid than it. Like when you hear a song. Anyway, since then, it was a war. I was a soldier then. Lost a third. Wasn't the village. They barely got a flame going. Figured you in their defiance. So I nailed every last one of them to. Don't I know it? I told you I was looking for the Abbey of the. There's a pool there. The salt well. It's where gift bearers leave the heaviest. It's said that a person can enter it. Anyway, we should get going. Hard to imagine a whole sect living out here. But I guess that's the point.
Even our...
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
You look pale, sister. Find someone to take your place. I'll stand watch.
I'd hoped I was over this illness, but clearly not. I shall take your advice.
I'm here. I'm here.
Hey.
The Tidebringer. It's been so long. My soul is ready, brother.
I see what you're getting at, just like you asked.
Even with your labors, your presence of mind never falters. I don't know how you do it.
Perhaps your thoughts would swim deeper if your tongue didn't come out for air so often, dear brother.
I got this. Just like you asked.
I never knew. Did you hide in the White March after that?
As far away as I could. The Dominels didn't care I was a gift bearer. Evidence is evidence.
You are a guest, I take it? You will find the abbot past the Chamber of the Fallen Moon, behind me.
Smells fresh. That can't be the salt well.
He seemed preoccupied.
I expect I would be too in his position.
Good. The Conclave has elected a Tidebringer after all. I had begun to worry. And they took my advice in providing you an escort. Very good. I am Kauto, the High Abbot. And just in time. The May Queen's tide is nearly past its peak. Much longer, and we'd have had to wait another year. The rules of the Rising are quite clear on that, unfortunately. When you are ready, we will begin with the recitation. Yes, of course. I would not pass my station to you without passing that knowledge as well. It is the Abbey's most sacred chamber. When the Rising is complete, I will take you there myself. In fact, the ritual demands it. You seem nervous. The Conclave chose you for a reason. For a devout follower of Ondra, the answers will flow naturally to you. I remember my own rising. The Conclave sent me on the same exhausting journey. When it came time for the recitation, I could not remember a word. But it all came back in time. Our goddess smiles upon the forgetful. Our library is open to you, as are the grounds outside. There is a beautiful mural out there that you should see, if you haven't yet. And you may, of course, speak with the gift-bearers here, if it helps your recollection. Take your time and examine these things before your recitation. Do not be afraid to fail. A lapse here or there is to be expected. But do take care in your work. Even my patience has limits. If you were not, you would be the first person to stumble across this place in all my years here. Ondra protects us in this place. The faithful who stand guard here do it in her honor, not because we are vulnerable. You are our Tidebringer, aren't you? Ondra, forgive me for saying so, but the reasons are difficult to fathom. The land here can be cruel indeed. Very good. We shall commence the rising. First is Anthu. Last is Dianthu. For the tide comes at the end and leaves at the beginning. I am Disaman the Ebb, who comes this way. Blessed be Saman, that washes over the shore and brings the end. Blessed be Disaman, that returns to the sea and leaves behind the beginning. A gift-bearer comes to Disaman and asks him to bear his burdens away. What token do you offer, gift-bearer? The token is received in Ondra's name. Tell me of your burdens. In Ondra's embrace, our burdens are lifted. The Tidebringer shows herself worthy of her charge. Your purpose here, Tidebringer, is to perform the ceremony of the rising. It is the transition of one phase of service to the next. On the level beneath us in the halls of silence, our low-tide brothers and sisters have lived for many years, sealed by their own will. It is time for them to be relieved of service, and for the high-tide brothers and sisters here to take their place. In the halls below, you will find a relic, Ondra's witness, an aspergillum for dispensing holy water, but also something more. It is set into a device it operates atop a flight of steps. The device will flood the halls of silence. This is the rising. It is the will of Ondra. Every monk assigned to the abbey understands and accepts this. The monks here have all served as gift-bearers. We bear away people's most painful memories, and always a part of them remains with us.
He's right about that much.
In the halls of silence, memory itself fragments until it is no more. The halls are a reprieve from a gift-bearer's burden. In the end, the halls take all memory, but the process takes a toll, as you might imagine. After many years, when the process is complete, the rising is performed, to give final peace to those who dwell there. This is your charge. It goes beyond that. It is about duty as well. The Abbey is one of Ondra's most guarded secrets. Death is no guarantee our knowledge will fade safely. It is necessary that the memories of this place be washed away. We do this in Ondra's service. The high tide is to replace the low, and stand vigil in the halls of silence until the next rising. When you have completed the rising, bring Ondra's witness to me here. I will show you the last of what you need to know. The device it operates is a simple valve mechanism. It will be clear to you when you see it. To reach your destination, you will need to know the sign of the tide, which is kept only by the High Abbot. It's said that it is the first knowledge lost when the abbot joins the low tide in the halls of silence. Watch carefully. I trust you will perform your duty, Tidebringer.
Smells like an ocean breeze. We've got to be close.
They call out sometimes. Even the guards below think it's strange.
For Ondra, most like. They surely long for her embrace. Mind your center. You always knew this time would come.
I've seen the other side, brother. I'll find its waters again, warm and soothing.
I see what you're getting at. Just like you asked.
Not a sound.
Make sure they receive extra. I'll not let them fall into the goddess's embrace with empty stomachs.
I see what you're getting
Their supplies are bountiful, sister. I have seen to it.
Come take a look.
And what does the flame reveal? Shh.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
Yes?
I'm here.
What?
I'm ready.
Hey.
I'm...
Speak now.
Aim with some improvement.
Hey. All right, then.
That's not very helpful.
Take that!
Hey.
Be cautious. Be
A dismal
constant.
place. We may as well be at the bottom of the sea.
Who's there? Is that you, Edith? I called for you, but would no. Then let the whole look around you. Few of they are peaceful. I remember I carried, and there are wood that I could the tide break. Then those, but not before did we. But the if I
He made his choice when he was up.
very well, if you can find out, we are.
I don't.
Once we are free, you.
Nice and quiet.
And what does the flame reveal?
That didn't work.
Hey. All right, then. You kinda like your attention, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Permet coq.
Hey. Of course.
Lead the way.
Death comes for you! Death comes for you!
Huh?
The archers
Hey.
Lead the way. Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
Hey.
Not a sound.
This ends here.
That's it!
Hey.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half. I'll see what's ahead.
I'm ready. The ashes book boomerang!
Hey. Hey.
What a miserable end for these people. And to think Andra's faithful have been doing this for countless generations, without question.
Look over there. No, really. It's here. The salt well. You know, I thought it'd be bigger. Gift bearers say the heaviest regrets and greatest sorrows get left here. So it better be. Ugh. You know how when you've been thinking about something so long, you're worried that when you finally get it, it won't be what you expected? I mean, for all we know, that thing's just filled with leeches. Don't remind me. Okay. Oh, that's cold! Oh, very funny. This is the right pool, isn't it? I've got it! Took this from the Marcheso's cellar the night I awakened.
Stand back!
What are we just standing here for? Help her!
I remember I gave something up, but I don't remember why. I'll take your word for it. I'm here.
Hey,
Tell me. There we go.
Hey. Hey.
Nice and quiet. Nice and quiet.
You have crossed the Vale of Tears without permission. You leave me no choice.
Join our... I...
Gotta be more careful.
Love...
be sick.
I'm here.
Yes.
Tell me. Yep.
Leave it to me! These ones are in for a whopping! Hey. That's it! Hey. Of course. Hey. Hey.
Mow it.
Word and rough! That's it! All right, then. Hey. Hey.
Nice and quiet.
Eyes open.
I used to have this big hound, like to dig for bones. Well, he'd be real excited right about now.
Deceitful wretch! Grave robber! You who dig for that which you did not bury, speak! Explain yourself and be judged! You seek what is mine! What was rightfully lost! Your actions speak for themselves. The battery opened. The forge ignited. You conspired with souls that evaded my judgment. Saw them infused into the very thing they had stolen from me. The dwarves sealed their own fate. The forge was meant to be forgotten. And now, here you are again, denying peace to the buried. It was never meant for mortal use. Such power, such truths lie within it. It can bring only ruin. When the Pargrunen came to the White March, they were peaceful. Their visions for the Forge tore them apart. You have seen this for yourself. They would have destroyed themselves in the end. You need only look to the history of your own civilization for assurance. How many wars, how many fallen empires might have been averted if only their leaders could forget the objects of their ambition? I mourned the loss of the Pargrunen. Misfortune brought them here. They did not deserve to end so soon. Memories are the spirits of the past. You of all people should know their sway on the present, Watcher. Mortals measure the worth of their lives in memory. Who will remember me? How long until I am forgotten? Memory governs every thought, informs every choice. It can fuel passion, understanding, love, or it can create obsession, madness. You have seen it plague many souls in your travels. Consider the old Watcher who inherited unspeakable crimes from birth. Or the young woman who committed herself to Brackenbury for love of things she remembered she had. Or the Glonfathen boy for whom an old medallion was worth more than all the fruits of his labors. Or the former Crucible Knight whose political embarrassment embittered him against the organization whose ideals he treasured above all. They could be free from their burdens, if only they could forget. For some, perhaps. But for many, the memory is all that remains of it. You cast your troubling memories aside when you had the opportunity, and you have found the peace you sought.
It's funny. I remember feeling bad, but I don't remember why. It's like having scars for wounds you don't remember. As long as they don't reopen one day, I can live with that.
The source of those wounds is long gone. The memory was all that could do you harm. Even when problems have run their course, memory can be the stone that sinks you into the abyss. Indeed. And what has led you to conclude you know better than a god, mortal? That hardly sounds like an improvement on inner peace. Is that the extent of your argument?
There may be hope for you yet, Watcher.
Your reasoning is interesting, mortal. Perhaps there is something to it. But it is those broken souls that fail your test. Those are the ones I love most, for no other god will have them. What small mercies they ask of me, I will always grant. Was there something else, mortal? Do not play coy with a god, Watcher. I know you have seen his death. I feel it whenever a forgotten thing is taken from me. Abidin did not deserve to die here. This place, it was the least I could do to give his remains some privacy. The least I could do for ending his life. I called the moon down to me, Ioni brother. It was against his wishes. He would not listen to reason, would not listen to me. In his madness, he splintered the moon, but it was not enough. The greatest of the fragments still fell toward that which he would protect. In the end, he took position where it would fall, and absorbed the impact himself. Ioni brother is their smaller sibling, tiny next to them. That time has been forgotten now, and so his death belongs to me. Everything he was before the impact. No! He cannot know! He must never know! Understand, he was not always as he is now. His body was not all he left behind. He was devoted to progress and industry from the beginning. But so too was he devoted to preservation. In those times he would let nothing go. Nothing could be forgotten. We agreed long ago, all of us, not to alter the course of Kith's civilization. Not directly. Not unless there were no other choice. But in this matter, there was no other choice. He understood that as well as anyone. It was for duty that he opposed it. I would have stopped it if I could, but by then it was too late. Time has finished much of what I started. I cannot tell you that, mortal, for fear of undoing all its costly work. The other gods knew what had to be done, but they lacked the will to go through with it. Even gods have their attachments. To erase all knowledge of such a grand thing required unthinkable devastation. The Eastern Reach, Deadfire. Mine was the only solution. When I called down Ioni brother, they remained silent. Even Abidin, he knew it was for the best. But he tried to stop it all the same. Perhaps deep down I knew he would. I should have expected it. I could have stopped it. You may ask, The great conundrum of a god is how close to become with your subjects. Too far and they lose hope. Too close and your own judgment fails. Civilizations are meant to ebb and flow. Allow them to persist for too long in power or knowledge, and you invite catastrophe. There was a time when we let our sympathies get the better of us, when memories were allowed to persist that should have been washed away. The other gods could not be moved to act. I did what had to be done without them. I speak of what is forgotten. I failed that day, but my purpose was achieved in the end. I will not dredge up the memory to satisfy idle curiosity. What the world casts aside, I take into my care. A thing may be forgotten, but it is never alone as long as I am here. They were lost children, abandoned, fixed on a purpose that no longer had meaning. I took them in, gave them new purpose. I did not create them, but yes, they are mine. You must have some idea. The metal bones, the hands shaped for building. Who else but Abidan could conceive such children? They were his assistants. They carried out his work on Aora. He shaped their bones in the White Forge, breathed his own spirit into them as a bellows sparks a flame. But he has long been the overseer of progress in the world. Leaving things behind has always been his way. I allow him to leave his past in my care, so that it does not hold him back. I suppose we do. But then, the gods have always been able to accomplish far greater things when working together. You may ask, the death of a god is a calamity. You are living in the aftermath of one such death. Surely you can understand. He deserved better. Of all the other gods, he was the only one who acted, who held to his convictions. Yes, I admired him for that. Whatever he was to me, it was not meant to last. Always our duty is to Aora first. I knew he opposed what I intended, that he would wish to preserve what I meant to destroy. I knew it would cause a rift that might never be mended. But I never imagined he'd go so far. I never imagined it would mean I would never know him as I once did. Because it might cause him to remember. No, mortal. Better that we should exist as we are now. What happened once must never happen again. Bad enough that I am cursed to remember it. You may ask. On the contrary, mortal, their work must continue. Far too much was uncovered while they lay dormant. Those who know too much of the White Forge will be washed clean from Aora, and then the eyeless shall rest once more. Even if it is as you say, there is nothing that can be done. The eyeless do not think for themselves. They have only the purpose that is given to them. They do not stop until the purpose is fulfilled. They will not change course now for me or anyone. I am sorry. The interventions of gods seldom work out in anyone's favor. Our touch is too heavy. The world crumbles beneath it. It is why we so often enlist the help of mortals. They execute our wishes with greater care. I have done far too much already. Only if those they pursue are no longer a threat. The raid Sarens were stopped before they could take the White Forge. In your case, Watcher, you are well beyond that now. And if what you say is true, then the Deerwood is as well. Your determination is commendable, but the eyeless number in the thousands. You will need more than strength or luck. I will give you what aid I can. I bade the eyeless to remain hidden when at rest. They are gathered in the hollow of a great rock, splintered from Ione Brother. It lies in a flooded crater known as Kairon's Scar. Know, too, that they were built to answer the call of their master's hammer. When they hear it strike, they come to its aid. If you were to take that piece of his hammer from here and reshape it in Abaddon's forge into a likeness of the original, you might be able to call them to you. But destroying them would be another matter. I know of one way, but only from the center of the Lion's Den. Only with their master's hammer in your service. If you can do all this, if you can reshape what remains of Abaddon's hammer and bring it inside their lair, I can instruct you there on what you would need to do. And I will see you through when the time comes. If you do not, be assured, they will come for you as they did for the Pargrunen. Careful as you approach the lake. When I claimed the eyeless, I made sure they would not be discovered while they slept. Many of my most devoted followers stand watch there. They will not allow you near. And there is something far worse, something more fearsome and dangerous than any eyeless. Let us hope you do not attract its attention.
Hey.
I'll get it open. Just like you asked. anyone ever tell you that you have the best accent?
What? No, I mean, some have. Men. Foolish praise in any case. It's just an ordinary Valian accent.
Come on, say it one more time. Please?
Hey,
Shodari. Tondari. Vecente kumane nishomenet.
Yes?
hey. I must say, I'm impressed. Hey.
Right here.
Hey. Hey.
Not even slowing it!
It's no use!
Not even slowing it!
Hey,
Gelade, well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know. Not by the sea. Too vulnerable to cannons.